The one thing that I have found about my mind is that it produces a lot of useless stuff, and at the same time, it gives that useless things a very high importance. So, for example, if we see something and our mind says something about it, then it might start believing it, and as a result, we believe it, even if it's entirely in our heads. It still has the same effect as the real event would have had. And this happens many times throughout the day. So I think mind is some sort of like a factory which keeps producing useless products throughout the day. At least 90% of the products are completely useless. And if we take all that production very seriously and try to take an action on it, then our lives will become completely miserable. So that is why I think is very it is a very good stance to be observant to mind rather than be completely engaged with it. And it might become the case that you think that you are observing the mind, but what you are doing is that you are thinking that you are observing the mind. And this is a very, in a way, it's a very absurd kind of state to be in, but that is how our mind keeps tricking us. So it generates all these various imaginary events and makes us believe them. It anticipates about the future and makes us worry about all the events. And if we remain attached to it, then then our lives will become miserable. So, why is it that we remain this much attached to the mind? And what might be the reason for that? So, the reason that I have found is uh, at the same time, with worry, it also gives us a lot of pleasure. So, there is a pleasure in our thoughts, beliefs, and our imaginations. So, imaginations not just worry us about the future but also gives us pleasure. And this is the problem. To get over the worry, you also have to leave the pleasure, which is hard, but I think it is worth the price. Whenever I have tried to observe the mind, I have to leave the pleasure, and in the beginning, it seems very hard, but I have found that at last it was worth it, and in fact, more than worth it, because then different kind of clarity comes to life which is very good.